Be wary of who you let in. Hi, my name's Dave, and welcome to my daily journey through the Daily Stoic, 366 meditations on wisdom, perseverance, and the art of living by Ryan Holiday and Stephen Hasselman. If you enjoy Stoic content, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Today is April 2nd. Be wary of who you let in. Quote, drama, combat, terror, numbness, and subservience. Every day, these things wipe out your sacred principles. Whatever your mind entertains them uncritically or lets them slip in. End quote. Marcus Aurelius, Meditations 10.9. How much harder is it to do the right thing when you're surrounded by people with low standards? How much harder is it to be positive and empathetic inside the negative bubble of television chatter? How much harder is it to focus on your own issues when you're distracted by other people's drama and conflict? We'll inevitably be exposed to these influences at some point, no matter how much we try to avoid them. But when we are, there's nothing to say that we have to allow these influences to penetrate our minds. We have the ability to put our guard up and decide what we actually allow in. Uninvited guests might be at your home, but you don't have to ask them to stay for dinner. You don't have to let them in to your mind. Ooh, I like that. I say something kind of similar to my clients of like, you can raise the rent in your head. You're going to, at some point, you're going to be facing with people with kind of negativity, especially like on social media, television, things like that. You're going to always find kind of these negative influences, and they'll try to affect you. And it's part of your choice and your ability to like learn to block out what you don't want and keep what you do. And it's recognizing that, another thing is like, you're the 5 people you spend the most time with. Who are you choosing to spend the time with? Like, are you choosing to be around positive people? Are you choosing that? Sometimes you have coworkers that, don't are pretty negative. But making sure that they don't affect your principles, right? It comes down to, once again, you, right? Like knowing that like what you can control and can't control. I can't control the negativity that other people have, but I can control whether or not I let that in or affect my choices and principles and values. Recognizing that for you, it comes down to who am I going to allow to let space in my head? And is this a positive thing that I'm letting in? And because once that kind of negativity gets in there, then it can kind of worm its way in there, and learning how to like, nope, I'm sorry, I'm going to kick that out. One of the techniques I do to help kind of kick that out, if you're surrounded by that, or it seems like you have a very negative self-image, or people are kind of throwing that at you, journaling, a huge one. Just stream of consciousness, getting out all your thoughts on a page, helps you kind of look at it like, all right, does these thoughts serve me? No? Okay, let's try to remove those thoughts and replace them with positive ones. How could I flip that negative into a positive? And how can I turn that into a learning experience versus stewing in the negativity? Because it's just going to bring you down, destroy your principles, and make you feel shitty about yourself, right? So it's a really like being guarded of who you let into your circle of influence, especially when dealing with social anxiety. There's, knocking out the noise of everything outside and only keeping that number to the small trusted group of people that have a positive influence that are looking out the best for you. It's absolutely key because we are surrounded by negativity, conflict, and a lot of like messaging coming at you. And it becomes part of our job as a Stoic, as a man, to learn how to filter out what's negative and what's positive for us. Taking that information, accepting or rejecting, recognizing that you can reject that and be like, no, you know what? I respectfully disagree. I'm not going to want that in my life. And walking away, changing your situation. I heard this phrase once, which I thought was kind of interesting. You can't change your friends, but you can change your friends. Meaning that I can't change what people think, feel, or do, but I can change the people I surround myself with. So I can't change my friends, but I can change the actual people. If they're I've had to cut out negative influences in my life, negative people, people that bring me down or are always kind of in their own drama and their own conflict. And a bit, it's kind of like having too much candy, right? A little bit like, ooh, wow, that's kind of exciting, but too much, it gets you sick, right? Same thing with negative thoughts or negative people around you. A little bit may be like, oh, okay, yeah. But when you get too much of it, it's going to start causing problems. So recognize who do you let in and be wary of what you let in, and recognizing that you have the ultimate control of what you allow into your circle. So that's all I got for today's video. Would love to know what your thoughts are in the comments below. How do you deal with negative people? How do you keep your principles and your core values stable? And how do you kind of block that out? Would love to know in the comments below. Don't forget to check out any of the other daily Stoic videos somewhere over here. And if you're not subscribed, don't forget to subscribe and check out all my other kind of stuff there. Like, share, comment. You know the drill. All that fun stuff we do here on YouTube. But with that, I'll see you tomorrow, and you have a great, if not better, day.